Alright, buckle up for some instable useless facts that will blow your mind. Well, maybe not blow your mind, but make you say, I didn't know that. You asked for it, and you're gonna get it. A hilariously insightful, virally contagious deep dive into the alleged bottom of the class of the first world education system. Forget the honor roll. We're heading straight to the detention room of global academia. Now, let's get one thing straight before we unleash this chaos and piss off several countries. Declaring any developed nation the absolute least educated is like trying to find a polite toddler in a candy store. Messy, subjective, and potentially ending in tears, mostly from the statisticians. Education is a glorious, tangled web of literacy rates, diploma counts, test scores, and the ever-elusive street smarts. However, we can absolutely have a riotously good time exploring the 5 first world countries that consistently rate as the dumbest. I mean, raise eyebrows when the International Education Report cards come out. Think of this as a roast of global education, served with a side of surprisingly informative data. The headline that will make you click faster than you can say standardized testing. The first world's brain drain these 5 countries might surprise you, and maybe make you feel a little smarter. Unless you are from and were educated by one of these countries. Sorry, but facts are facts. We all picture the first world as a land of gleaming skyscrapers and even gleamier intellects, right? Think Nobel Prize winners popping out of every Starbucks and everyone casually discussing quantum physics over brunch. But what if I told you that beneath the veneer of developed nation swagger, there are a few countries where the collective IQ might be taking a little siesta? Intrigued? Good. Grab your favorite beverage and prepare for a journey into the fascinating, sometimes baffling, world of first world education underachievers. Alright, drumroll please, or maybe just a polite cough of mild academic concern. Based on a cocktail of adult literacy and numeracy scores, educational attainment levels, and those ever so revealing international student assessments, here are 5 first world contenders that often find themselves lingering near the bottom of the educational rankings. Number 5. Turkey, the bridge between worlds, and maybe between educational rankings now. Turkey is an interesting case. Often straddling the line between first world and developing, it's an OECD member with a rapidly evolving education system. However, it's got some major expansion challenges. While Turkey has made huge strides in expanding access to education, the sheer scale of this expansion means that overall attainment levels, especially among older generations, still lag behind many established first world nations. It's like building a massive bridge while still working on some of the foundational supports. PISA performance. Turkish students' PISA scores tend to be lower than the OECD average, indicating areas where the quality and outcomes of the education system might need further development. But hey, they still have the best copter in the world. Number 4. Greece, ancient wisdom, modern educational system. Greece, the cradle of democracy, philosophy, and mathematics. Surely their education system is the stuff of legends, right? Well, economic education erosion is alive and well in Greece. The economic challenges Greece has faced in recent years might have had an impact on its education system and the opportunities available. Imagine trying to build a magnificent temple when your budget won't even allow for a Lego Temple of Doom. PISA puzzle. Again, Greek students have also sometimes shown lower performance in PISA assessments compared to their first world peers. It's like having the blueprints for the Parthenon, but everyone's in Turkey eating kofta. Number 3. Spain, siestas, sunshine, and slightly sleepy brains when it comes to some tests. Spain, land of passionate flamenco, delicious tapas, and a lifestyle that seems to embrace the art of relaxation. But could this laid-back approach extend to the classroom? High school hiccups. Historically, Spain has also seen lower rates of upper secondary education completion among older adults. The Spanish people don't seem to value education like many other first world countries. They don't have the drive to go out and conquer the academic or business world. While things are improving, the historical data pulls down the overall averages. It's like starting a marathon a mile behind the other runners. PISA ponderings. Spanish 15-year-olds have sometimes scored below the OECD average in certain subjects in the PISA assessments. It's not a national crisis, but it's like your paella lacking that extra pinch of saffron. Something's a little off. Portugal. From navigators to needing a navigation guide for basic instructions. Portugal, a nation with a glorious history of exploration and discovery. They sailed the seas, mapped the world, so why the educational eyebrow raise? Adult education amnesia. Historically, Portugal has had a significant portion of its adult population with lower levels of educational attainment. They saw physical hard work as more important than educational hard work. While younger generations are catching up, the legacy of the past impacts the overall averages. Imagine trying to use a sextant to navigate the modern world when you're not quite sure how to read the instruction manual. Further, Portugal has faced challenges with adult literacy and numeracy skills in international assessments. It's like having a beautiful library but struggling to find the right book because the Dewey Decimal System, is that still a thing, feels like ancient hieroglyphics. And numero uno is Italy, land of pasta and speaking with one's hands. A country synonymous with breathtaking art, mouth-watering cuisine, and a lifestyle that seems to prioritize leisurely strolls over intense studying. But beneath the sun-drenched charm, the data whispers a tale of potential academic lag. So, what the hell went wrong in the land that everyone wants to vacation in? It's those pesky OECD surveys that quiz adults on real-world literacy and numeracy. Italy often sees a significant chunk of its adult population struggling with tasks that go beyond basic reading and counting. What a UA mean we are stupido. Imagine trying to decipher the fine print on a wine label when your literacy skills won't let you recognize your own name written on a cannoli box. High school diploma deficit. Historically, Italy hasn't boasted the highest percentage of adults with a high school diploma or university degree compared to its first world buddies, like Czech Republic. Who saw the Czech Republic beating any first world country, not us. Yet it boasts 94% high school diploma rate for adults 25 to 64. This is like having a Ferrari but forgetting to put the engine in. The potential is there, but the final output, PSA predicament. Italian 15-year-olds, while showing some recent improvements, have often danced around the lower end of the OECD average in reading, math, and science. It's not a disaster, but it's like your national football team, soccer to Americans, consistently making it to the World Cup but never quite scoring the winning goal. Sorry, Italy, but at least you're not Irish. Now,
what are they, Irish?
Let's put on our amateur sociologist hats and engage in some lighthearted and potentially stereotypical speculation about why these countries might find themselves in this educational predicament. Remember, while this is all true, it's meant to be entertaining. Nothing better than laughing at others' shortcomings. The life's too short for homework hypothesis. Maybe in these sun-drenched, culturally rich nations, there's a collective subconscious agreement that life is meant to be savored, not spent hunched over textbooks. Why bother memorizing the periodic table when you could be enjoying a delicious meal with family and friends? The work-life balance might be a little too balanced on the life side. The street smarts versus book smarts philosophy. Perhaps there's a stronger emphasis on practical, real-world skills and social intelligence rather than purely academic achievements. Who needs a fancy degree when you can charm your way through any situation with a winning smile and a well-placed anecdote? The education system needs a little aggiornamento theory. Maybe the education systems in these countries haven't fully adapted to the demands of the 21st century. Think outdated curricula, bureaucratic hurdles, and a general feeling that the way things have always been done is good enough. It's like trying to run a modern tech company using a rotary phone. The family first, exam second mentality in many of these cultures. Family ties are incredibly strong. Perhaps there's a greater emphasis on family obligations and traditions, which might sometimes take precedence over academic pursuits. Why stress about a test when Nana needs help making pasta? The economic realities by explanation. Economic challenges and limited job opportunities in the past might have disincentivized higher education for some segments of the population. If the payoff for years of studying isn't clear, some might opt for more immediate employment. Before you start booking your Mensa membership and feeling superior, let's remember that these are complex nations with their own unique strengths. Cultural capital. These countries boast incredibly rich cultural heritage, artistic traditions, and historical legacies that are a form of invaluable education in themselves. You can't put a test score on knowing how to appreciate a Renaissance painting or write a passionate sonnet. Practical skills powerhouse. Many of these nations have strong traditions in skilled trades, craftsmanship, and entrepreneurship. These are vital skills that don't always show up on standardized academic assessments. The younger generation is rising. In many of these countries, younger generations are achieving higher levels of education than their predecessors, indicating positive trends and a commitment to improvement. Different priorities. Maybe these societies simply prioritize different aspects of life and learning. Perhaps a strong sense of community, social connection, and enjoying the present moment are valued just as highly as academic accolades. So, there you have it, a slightly irreverent, hopefully informative, and definitely entertaining look at the 5 first world countries that find themselves on the short bus. Share this with your friends who love a good laugh, your friends who are secretly education nerds, and anyone who needs a reminder that the world is a wonderfully diverse and sometimes hilariously imperfect place. Just don't show it to the Irish.
What are they, Irish?